their business, but they all had a differentiator, because without that, you're competing on price. Maybe not in the beginning, but as in the industry matures, you're competing on price, and you cannot win on price because there's always some, person out there who doesn't know their cost, doesn't know their structure, doesn't understand profitability, they'll charge less. And we just be competing against that person. So the first one is about differentiating your business. And again, it's the subtle, small shifts. If you even think about Starbucks, they serve coffee and they got chairs, and they look like a lot of other coffee shops, but they created a different environment and a little bit of a buzz. It became a meeting place. It was a social gathering, whether you like the coffee or you don't like the coffee, right? So it doesn't have to be huge shifts. And that's what I always want to share. Also, one of my principles is I never want to teach companies how to do something new that requires a lot of work, because they simply won't do it. And by the way, I always look and say there's so much opportunity in your existing business. Just apply these principles and you can dramatically increase the profitability.
Well, wait a minute, Scott, that's not fun.
It is.
We want tiny pennies, right? We're a bunch of ADD entrepreneurs and we want the latest, greatest software technology, whatever. And you're saying that that's not where the magic is?
Once, obviously, I was part of this group called SANG, and it was, top internet marketers and influencers and whatnot. And a guy named Bill Harrison said, "You teach the boring way to riches." And he wanted me to call my book, not this book, but he wanted to call my book The Boring Way to Riches, because teach me something new is a recipe for failure. I'm not saying you shouldn't try new things. Like, we have AI right now. If you're not moving in the direction of using AI in your business and looking at how it's a risk in your business, that's a fundamental mistake. So I'm not saying don't stay current,
right.
But it's a lot. Okay, if you take your team, let's take your team and get them on board. And now let's just, everybody imagine you're now going to teach them something new. You got a new software system or you got a new process in place. They're not having fun, right? And you got to drag them along. You got to try to get them on board. You got to condition that behavior. It's a lot of work for most things.
Sure.
When I have my concept's called OptiMax, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. But, when you are looking to say, first and foremost, I always look and say, where are the small tweaks, small little shifts, small little improvements you can make? Because if you're just changing the text, the tonality, the timing of when your technicians are doing something or your service advisors are doing something, and it produces a measurable result, everybody gets instant feedback and it's easy.